So if you have a camera like this, the way you charge the battery is you take the battery out of the camera, put it into a cradle like this, and you plug it into the wall. So that's not going to work from charging from solar because this is an AC input and you need a DC input. So what we have, and we have these available on our site, is cradles that have this AC input, but there's also a DC input, and DC input is what we need to charge from solar. So you'll be able to plug this into the solar panels or on some of our bags, the battery to charge up your camera cradle. So the most important and the trickiest part about this is actually figuring out what actual battery you need and what cradle you need. So if you open up your camera and you take out the battery, you'll be able to see what model battery that is, and this is a BP511. And so we have a cradle for most of the top models of cameras. And so once you find out this number, you can find a cradle on our site that matches it. And so it's exactly what you do on your own cradle, but you slide the battery into the cradle. And then now all we need to do is connect this to our bags. So this is our fuse. It's a 4-watt bag. And it has a nice, and like our other 4-watt bag, it has a nice feature on it in that you can switch the voltage between 6 and 12 volts. Now, if you had our battery in here, that charges best at 6 volts, but the camera battery is only going to charge at 12 volts. So you switch that to 12 volts. What we did here is, just to keep things neat, we put the cradle inside this case here, and we connected the panel directly to this cradle. So we have a nice connection here. And then to charge your battery, all you would do is point these two panels at the sun. You got 12 volts running into this cradle, and it's going to charge. If you have one of our laptop models, there's actually several ways that you'll be able to charge your camera battery. You'll have a battery inside the laptop charger that looks something like this. And then with your cradle, you get a DC charger, and from us, you can get an optional car charger socket. So you connect those two together. Whoops. Put the battery in the cradle, connect the car charger socket or car charger to the cradle, and then just plug this into the output, and you're charging. And so there are a few more streamlined ways to do this, and you can figure it out once you get the parts, but that's probably the simplest and the most straightforward. And there everything is charging. So again, the secret to charging camera batteries from solar is one, you got to take the battery out of the camera, find what cradle matches your battery, and then connect to either our solar panels or our batteries at 12 volts. And once you do that, everything's going to charge just perfectly.